Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club. Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club. Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club. Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club.
It's all that shit stuff.
Hello and welcome back to Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Was it Stained?
It's been a while since I first saw you.
Stained underwear.
Anyway, you are.
I'm Hulk Hogan. No, I'm Tom.
And I'm the Ultimate Warrior. I'm Oliver Jones. That was a bad Ultimate Warrior. How does it sound?
Not like that.
He almost sounded like he needs to shit himself all the time.
Yeah. I think most wrestlers back then were about to shit themselves. The amount of drugs they were doing.
My favourite was Macho Man Randy Savage, though. He was cool.
Yeah. Well, my favourite was the Hulk. Believe it or not, I'm not trying to look like him or anything.
I don't think you're allowed. I was going to say, are you growing it for Movember?
I didn't even know that was happening. But as I think I spoke to you earlier about it. If there's any time to grow a moustache and you're pretty weak at growing moustaches, it's around now because of having to wear a mask. So I can hide the fluff when I go out.
I love the fact you're going for full handlebar, though.
Going for being the opposite word, yeah. I'm going to try anyway.
You should have seen my beard. You should have
looks
seen
good
my
when I do that.
Should have seen my beard the last... Because I hadn't shaved through the whole time of doing this last music video. I didn't shave for 4 weeks, and it was like... It was massive. Like, I've never had a beard that big before. And
I can just imagine you full animal, man. Yeah. Oh, bless you,
my
man.
hair, like, if I take my hat off, it'll just go... I need it cut.
Oh, go on, take your hat off.
No.
So if you've just loosely touched on it, but you've just done one of the best videos I've ever seen you do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it. It
it's
came out.
Absolutely fantastic.
Came out yesterday. It's for the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. Who else?
No. Yeah. I was going to say you seem to be their go-to guy, don't you?
Yeah.
Man? Which is nice.
Until they don't like what I do, and then they get someone else to do it. Let's not go there.
You're a man of many talents. There's other videos you can be doing. You've done a live action one for them, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done loads.
You've done so. There's Bill's mandolin.
There's Keen for Kick-Ons, Bill's mandolin, Him for a Droid, Mundungus, which they didn't use.
What? Which one was Mundungus? Was that? I really like that one. That was in like the Disney style, the old school Disney style.
Yeah, it's kind of like everyone was bobbing up and down, all that kind of tech-savery kind of stuff. Yeah, but they didn't use it. And then I did Mr. Prism was the last one where the girl eats the Willy Wonka guy to death.
Yeah. What feedback did you get off that one? Because it's quite gruesome, isn't
it? People seem to like it. The one thing I like about the new video is because you don't realise until the very last frame that it's actually like a sequel to the last video, and it has like a tie-in connection. And people it was quite fun watching people like live, like because they had like a live premiere, and they people were like, oh my god, it's the Psychedelic Porn Crumpet shared universe and stuff like that, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So
That's amazing, man.
So yeah, I've got another 2 months of claymation ahead of me.
So is this is going to be the tie-in, obviously, when it's the Alice character, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Sorry, spoiler alerts if anyone's not seen Ollie's new video. But it ties in by at the end because he's a bounty hunter, isn't he?
Well, he's like a bounty hunter that hunts giant monsters and kind of like he kills the monsters in for payment, basically. And then the very last last scene is like a job alert, and you see Alice on the video screen so he's going to go and take down Alice.
I was going to ask you, did you originally realise that you were going to be doing 3 and you were going to tie it all in, or is this just not a blag?
So no, well, it was a bit. Well, I did the 1, and then they emailed me saying, "How do you fancy doing the next 2?" Is claymation. So I got onto Zoom with them, and we were trying to think of how the last one, the hook was that all of a sudden she just starts eating a guy to death. That was like the hook. Yeah. So it had like a bit of the moment where it kind of turns, and it's like, whoa, this is a bit weird now. So they were like thinking, okay, what could be that moment in this video? And I was like. And I was mulling it in my head, and I said, how about if we're having him fighting these giant monsters? We had a giant monster in the last one. How about his new mission at the end of the video is that he's got to take down the giant Alice. And they went, all right, that's it, do it. So,
oh, nice, man.
that was it.
Have they been pretty easy? Like, don't want to say easy to work with, but have they gone with your ideas straight away, or has it been more of a back and forth?
So when I did Keen for Kick-Ons and Bill's Mandolin, we went on Zoom videos, and I told them my idea, and that's what I delivered. With the one that didn't go ahead, which did go ahead, but they didn't use. They were on tour in America, so I didn't have time to kind of properly chat with them. So it was through WhatsApp messages and emails, and I think kind of wires got like crossed.
Okay,
and then with Mr. Prism, we went back to Zoom because they haven't been able to play shows like everybody else. They're stuck at home. So
they look at doing live streaming events as well as everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. So we've been Zooming again, and so I've just kind of been sticking to the Zoom, like the chats we've had initially in Zoom, really. So I know that they're kind of happy with what I'm going to deliver them. So yeah, but we're doing.
How are you finding this?
You what, man?
I was just going to say, how are you finding the Zoom thing working with clients and stuff? I still find it quite alien.
I've only done it like the twice.
I suppose you've just snagged work, haven't you, and ran with it.
But yeah, it's pretty brutal, the last one. I mean, I thought Mr. Prism was hard going, but this one I was doing like 9 till 4 in the morning. It was ridiculous. And to be fair, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair on me because it was tiring, but it really wasn't fair on Caroline. So on the next,
because were you doing it in the same house as well?
Yeah. And I'm like a little troll in the corner of the room, like, meh. And then if she comes near me, I'm like. And then, so I've really got to kind of change the way I work, really. So I'm going to try and do like wake up early, like 6 or 7, and try and finish by 6. So at least I still get 12 hours in, but I'm getting it kind of done earlier. And it's because it's not fair, and so I've got to.
You've got to factor that into the price as well.
Well, I mean, the price has already been determined. There's nothing I can really do about that, but.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's things been with you? I mean, I know, spoilers. It's been a bit of a tough one for you. So.
I've had a bit of no, but man, like fucking, my mum passed away in August 15th, I believe. So it's been a bit of a tough one for the whole family. I'm coming to terms with it. I mean, she's up here. That was one of her.
Right, Jan.
Yeah, she's fucking watching over us. There's a few photos of her up there. They're quite funny. No, it's been okay. I'm not going to moan about it. Like the one thing that was a bit of a bit nuts was having to do it in the middle of coronavirus.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to nurse my mum for like 2 weeks before she passed away, which is like I wouldn't have had it any other way. But I don't know about big kids club anymore. I feel like I don't know, old man. I've got that many grey hairs. But yeah, no, it's one of those things, man. It's like we obviously do a podcast that is dedicated to the things that we enjoyed as children and all the retro stuff. But there's a reason we do that, and I think that's because we had such good parents.
Oh yeah, 100%. Who would buy us all the shit that we
and would put up with all the crap. But yeah, man, like. It happens to everyone. It was brutal. I wouldn't have changed a thing. And yeah, miss her, but it's life, man. We got to get on with stuff, and she'd be pissed off if I was just wallowing about. So yeah, it's all good. And Natalie's been amazing as well, man.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yeah,
it's good that you've got support around you as well and stuff like that. So
yeah, exactly, man.
It's just
like
it's just a shame that I haven't been able to be there for you like I'd like to be because of all this.
Oh, you have, man.
Bollocks.
Like I think. It would be nice to be able to go to, say, I don't know, go for some food or something and see people in reality. But in reality, I've been to work. I was straight back at work. I'm working at Mother's, and I managed to, like, while everything was going on, somehow get a video finished as well, which I'm really chuffed with that I sent you.
So, well, tell us about that one then. So
yeah. So I've always wanted to do a computer game based video. This one isn't. It's loosely based on like the actual song's called Streets of Rage, so might be getting sued. But it's loosely based on like a Streets of Rage beat 'em up. But I've done it more of an 8-bit style because I can't draw as well as some. Oh, you are joking? Can you hear that?
What was that?
Someone doing like roadworks or something. Hopefully it doesn't come out in the audio. I've got my thing on here. But yeah, so it's an 8-bit style. It's got 4 characters who are the band. And yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it, man. I tried my hardest, but I think it came out okay. It will be coming out some next month.
I think it looks great, to be honest. I think you did a really good job on it. And I think they're not really sprites or whatever, but the way you've done them, it looks very authentic to kind of... Yeah. So did you draw them big and then you scaled them down? How did you do it? Or did you just draw them...
So I drew them as sprites. So I actually looked how people used to do them as sprites, and you do like 100 by 100 square pixel grid, and tried to do it...
Are you just doing it by dots then? Like literally like that?
Yeah. Because I did every single pixel is done every single pixel, even to the point where I created the you call them tile sets,
right?
So the first level, which is in like a street, I made all the bricks and like I blagged a little bit with some of the cars and stuff, and get like PNG images in, and then just like just do it so it's like
mosaic or something like that.
Like mosaic, and yeah, but like the majority of it is all just pixel by pixel. I'm pretty over the moon with it, to be fair.
I know one way that people do it is they draw them quite big, like normal. You know, okay, you draw a picture, they'll like copy it, and then they'll put it into like a 1 by 1, 10 by 10, 100 by 100, sorry, and then they'll shrink it down. Yeah. So I don't know how well that.
And then see, I preferred the idea of doing it because I'm not very good. I'm not as good at drawing as say yourself, but like having the confines of a 100 by 100 grid, and then looking at it and going, okay, how do I make this work? I really enjoyed that.
But it's
just
cool
like
though,
putting
like
restraints on yourself.
How you managed to make all your characters look different, and you even put tattoos on them and stuff. And it's like you can tell what the tattoos are and stuff. It's really cool.
Because I think with like the old 8-bit games and the 16-bit games, leaves a lot to the imagination. Like when I play, say, I don't know, there's like an old Alien game on the Sega, and it looks like shit in reality. But if you look at the way it's done, you fill in the blanks with your own mind. And like I play a game that's completely different to the one on screen because I've got the imagination to fill in the blanks.
Well, yeah, it's like when we played Mario Brothers or whatever. They didn't look great, but in our head.
Like if you look at the animations as well, because like what really appealed to me as well, doing like an 8-bit or 16-bit game, is how many frames you actually need. Because of the memory in like the old 8-bit and 16-bit consoles, you can only have like 3 frames for a run cycle or three frames for a punch.
Well, because if you think about it, because if you're pressing the buttons that quick, those frames have to be really quick so that you can go into the next one. I mean, like I know that when people play Street Fighter, they do the Street Fighter tournaments, they actually can count the frames.
Yes.
So they're watching their opponent or whatever, and they're counting the frames because they know how many frames it will take them to do something, how many frames. It's nuts how they like...
Yeah. It's like the Super Mario ones, they do the same thing, don't they?
Yeah.
And the speed runs, which if ever you've got lost on YouTube, like watching the Super Mario speed runs is insane the way they do it. They're so clinical.
That's the one thing I wish when I did my like computer game video for Fifi wrong.
Oh yes,
I kind of wish I did it more like that, because I did full like, so when she did a kick or a punch or whatever, it was like as if I was animating like a normal.
It was a lot smoother, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I kind of wish I did it more like, 3-4 frames,
sort of.
And I kind of wish I did that, but oh well.
See, no, I think that works for the art style you had. What that video reminds me of, though, is do you remember the Alien vs Predator side-scrolling beat 'em up?
It was a bit slow,
It reminds me so much of that game. Just the art style and like all the I don't know, post-apocalyptic sort of settings and all. Yeah, look, it's a really nice video, man.
Man, do you remember that arcade, the Aliens arcade machine, and you had the big, massive guns?
That was one of my absolute all-time favourite games.
Wasted so much money on that fucking thing at Sega
I used
World.
to go to Acox Green.
Oh, is that where they had the Laser Quest?
Yeah, and there was one there.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bother going into Laser Quest half the time. Do you remember when you went to Laser Quest, or Quasar was the nearest one to us, and you'd finish, and like you get your printout.
Is this when you get to the base and you're shooting the base for ages and you're like...
So like say if you've hit people on point every time and you've shot that base, you get a printout right at the end when you come out and it say like Top Gun.
Yeah.
I always got Top Gun.
All right.
Should try harder or something. I'd love to know what all the things are. You know, like so you were a Top Gun, you were an idiot, you were a...
Well, I remember there was always the enemy base, and if you got to the enemy base, there was a target. And if you shot the enemy target, you got like their points or whatever. And like,
wasn't that shooting? Didn't you have to shoot up into it?
Something like that. But whenever you got your printout back, it would say targets like hit at enemy base 0. He's like 0, and you're like, what the fuck? I spent 5 minutes just shooting it. The annoying thing,
I think
was it Quasar as well, that if you got shot by an enemy, your gun didn't work for like 10 seconds or something, so you had to kind of cover or something.
It used to vibrate as well. I remember the chest thing vibrating and getting really annoyed. I remember when I think it was my birthday party, I had it at the Quasar in Selly Oak, and I just put my jacket over my thing so no one could shoot me. I was just like, fuck it, it's my birthday, I'm going to be a brat. And just...
Did you prefer to be green or orange?
Green every time, man. Yeah. Why would you want to be orange?
Turtle power.
Yeah, exactly. Green Machine.
Because Laser Quest was pretty much
exactly the same thing, but was like the one.
Was it like you were just one for all, awful? Like, was it like you were just kind of?
I think they decided at the times it's a lot like paintball, isn't it? Like where you have like the monitors or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Like the monitors.
Or do you have like a different colour on your backpack or something, and it denotes what team you're in? I can't remember. But
I remember one of the most useless rules I've ever heard, and that's don't run.
Yeah.
Because that never happened. You'd be running around, I'd be smashing people with my gun over the head and stuff. Like...
You'd always get some dickhead, though, who would, like, snipe in the top corner. So you'd have...
That was another one, yeah.
I never did paintball, though, you know.
I did. I did it when I was... in fact, I know I've got a photograph down there. I'll try and find it in a bit and send you. I did it with Tom Cross, and we were underage to do it as well. So, like, we went for... I think it was my birthday again, and we were only, like, 15, but you've got to be 16 when you go.
Okay.
But because we looked a little bit older when we were kids, we managed to go. But obviously, we hadn't got a big clan of people, so we had to join, like, another birthday group, which was of, like, 30-year-old men. So it was me and my 15-year-old mate and these 30-year-old dudes, and it was terrifying. But I loved it. I did. I actually had a friend, Rob, who like used to go to tournaments and everything, and he was one of the. I keep wanting to say a monitor. What are they called? Like a milk monitor. But the people who like there's like they give themselves like a proper name. You know, the
kind
geeks
of work
basically. Yeah, who just stand at the side, like who.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the word for them? I don't know. But yeah, he became one of them.
There's one, like, literally a stone's throw from my house at Bass's Pole.
I was going to say it's Bassett's Pole. That's the one we went to, yeah.
And a load of my friends used to work there when we were, like, kids.
That'd be fucking wicked.
Yeah. But, yeah, so what films have you been watching lately? Have you watched anything, or...?
Oh, man... Just as we were coming on, I wanted to remember the film, and it's White Boy, and it's set in Baltimore, and it's a true story. It's got Matthew McConaughey in.
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna find out what it is. 1 second, mate. I was just like, remember that film, Tom, because it was really good. So Matthew McConaughey.
It's not the one directed by Harmony Korine, is it? Oh,
White Boy Rick.
Oh, I'm thinking of Beach Bum.
No, so it's on Netflix at the moment. It's quite a new film, and it's about like a lad and his father. It's a true story, and the lad gets basically involved in drugs and starts selling drugs. But he got the longest sentence, like pretty much 3 life sentences on top of each other for selling drugs, which is the highest. Like the longest what's the word for it? So like something that isn't a murder or child abuse. Yeah. He got the highest thing. But yeah, watch it really. I love Matthew McConaughey. Full stop.
What drug was it? Cocaine or something, or what was it? Or
I think it's crack.
All right, okay.
But
crack is whack, yo. Don't do it.
Crack is whack. It depends what sort of crack though, dude. I'm into some cracks.
Bum cracks, sweaty cracks.
Bum cracks, sweaty cracks, man. So I watched that. That's brilliant. Just started watching another thing, like a cartoon on Adult Swim. Literally just, and I can't remember the name of it again. But it's about a caveman and a dinosaur, and they become friends.
It's not the one.
It's brutal. It's so good.
Is it the one by the guy who did Samurai Jack, Gennady Tartakovsky? Oh, what's it called?
Yeah. I love the animation. There's no speaking in it. It's all just like grunts and noises. And the first one, like the first episode that I've just watched, I was just like, bloody hell, nearly in tears. Maybe it's because I'm in a bit of a high emotional state at the moment. But yeah, really good.
I need to watch this. What's it called? It is called Primal.
Primal, really good, man.
Yeah,
I love the animation in it.
Yeah, he's
I was
great.
never into Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack is great, man. Like, there's some really great episodes. There's one where he fights a ninja, and it's all stark black and white, and the way they animate it is fantastic. You ever seen like the old animation Dot on the Line by Chuck Jones? And it's basically about a line and a dot, and they kind of, I think the line is obsessed with the dot.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And it's chasing each other round, aren't they?
And then the dot like loves a squiggle and stuff like that, and it's like it's amazing. It won an Oscar, but it's kind of like that kind of thing, like that kind of out of the thinking kind of animation. It's really good. And then there was another episode with like he's trying to cross this like gigantic rope bridge, but it's blocked by this guy called the Scotsman, and I think he's got like a machine gun for a leg and stuff like that. But it's so good, man. It's so well done. I haven't seen the 5th series, which finished fairly recently, so I haven't checked that out. But his Star Wars animations were amazing. They were the Clone Wars, but it was the 2D cartoon ones, and he did like 2 series of it, and they were wicked as well. And it's like it's set in between, obviously, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, but you follow Anakin doing his trials to become a Jedi, to become a fully fledged Jedi Knight. Pretty cool, and it like introduces General Grievous, the guy who coughs all the time, and
I think he's a wicked character.
Yeah,
I had the toy of General Grievous when I worked at Woolworths. I managed to blag that one, and I thought that was an ace toy as well. And I wasn't into that toy line, to be honest, but. Yeah, I thought that one was great. I'll tell you what I've been playing as well, and I actually managed to finish a game, which hasn't happened in I don't know how long. Ghost of Tsushima.
That looks amazing.
Art style's incredible. I thought, like at first, it was just going to be like another Assassin's Creed type thing, but not at all. Like the gameplay, I think the gameplay's better. The sword fighting in it's fantastic. But the main thing with that game is like you can just literally slip into another world. Like the art is that beautiful, and the story, like the voice acting. Obviously, it's like many things, like many pieces of art. They've taken bits from all different parts of history and like made it one thing. So it's not like a true samurai. I don't know, RPG, or it's not
just like an open world kind of thing.
Yeah, it's open world, and it's just a game. It's not what the fuck am I on about?
It's
here?
a game.
I'm not trying to say it's just not like historically correct.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
They've
borrowed bits from everywhere.
Artistic license kind of gone into it.
But like the Japanese audience have lapped it up and said it's like the most factual, and although it's taken from all different places, they've done it really well.
Well, I've heard there's a mode in it called the Kurosawa mode where it's like black and white or something.
Yeah, there is, man.
It looks awesome.
But don't do that. It looks awesome, but like you're going to miss out.
I've heard the
so
colours
much.
are fantastic in it, and
Oh,
the terrains
man.
and stuff. The only
Awesome.
the only downside I've heard is apparently like the side missions are a bit crap, but that's from what I've heard. I don't know.
There's like the main mission.
Yeah, but I've heard the main story's amazing, and
yeah, it's fantastic. And I think there's going to be some DLC as well heading our way soon. So
is it in Japanese, the language, or is it in English?
You can either have it in English or you can have it in Japanese.
That's really cool. That is. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought the same because there was a lot of people slating like the English voice actor for the main protagonist, whose name I've forgotten. But I thought he did a really good job. I thought it was fantastic.
Awesome.
And I finished The Last of Us. I hated the end.
Did you hate the end?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
What didn't you like about it? So spoilers.
I just saw it coming.
Well, so spoilers. You play like the game for a good 10 hours as Ellie.
Yeah.
And you play like 3 days, don't you? And then it goes back and you start playing as Ali. Is it Ali? So yeah, her name's Abby.
Abby, yeah. She's like, when you see her at the start as well, she's like, well, she gets really butch, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wish I had her arms.
So yeah, you find out that her dad was killed by Joel when Joel went to rescue Ellie in the first game, and
yeah,
and then you play as her, for the next like 3 chapters or whatever, the next 3 days, and you go basically go back in time and do her 3 days at the same time Ellie's doing her 3 days. So in Ellie believes that Abby is hiding out with her team in all these different locations, which is not actually the case. Abby's doing her own thing where she's met these 2. I forgot what fraction they're wolves or whatever. Those 2 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's wolves,
there's
isn't it?
the sister and there's the transgender brother, which I think is pretty cool. That this game kind of has some like you know opening doors to new kind of characters and things like that, and like not throwing it in your face, but doing it in a really realistic.
I didn't even question that, to be honest.
But I just thought.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't I
just thought it was
a
really
bit where I was going, like with I forgot the name of the characters. But there wasn't a point in there where I thought it was shoehorned in.
No, I just thought it was really well integrated, and it's great that they're getting representation in video games. Do you know what I mean? And
totally.
But anyway, so she's like protecting them, and then slowly starts to realize all of her friends are starting to die, and then kind of Ellie makes a mistake and leaves a map to where obviously she's hiding out, and then kind of confronts Ellie. And I think the game should have ended just after that. So because you have
I do as well.
Because basically Ellie becomes the villain then, and you have to kind of fight Ellie, and it's kind of fucked up. But
I see what they were doing, and I saw the whole morality play and everything that, but it just didn't work for me. Like, sometimes you want to play a video game just to, like, I know it's not the sort of video game where you just like log in and log out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just, but for me, I don't know. I could see it happening straight away. Like, I even said to you when I was playing it, I was like, I'm going to have to play through the whole fucking game again as her now, aren't I?
But
I was just like,
I mean, I quite liked her storyline, and the thing is, you basically have to fight Abby as Ellie. No, you have to fight Ellie as Abby, and then you have to fight Abby as Ellie at the end, because there's a whole other like end sequence where they go off to Seattle to kind of find the Fireflies. I think Abby and I've forgotten the name of the kid, but anyway, and they get ambushed, don't they? And they get captured.
That's it. Yeah.
And then Ellie finds word through Joel's brother James. Is it James? That they kind of know where she is. So she goes there, kind of ruins her relationship with her partner and her child. And she kind of rescues her and then goes, "Now I'm going to fuck you up." And but yeah, it's quite sad though, because you see her, like, she's like completely emaciated at the end, and they've like shaved all her hair off and stuff like that. So it's quite brutal. But
it is brutal, yeah. And I mean, I'm into maybe I just wasn't in the right place for it at the time.
I mean,
but it's
no
just
offense,
like,
man, but you've had a pretty maybe playing a game was a bit of a Debbie Downer, wasn't really.
Yeah,
really
not the best idea. I mean, with Ghost of Tsushima, I was killing things. I was like, yes, but I am a samurai. You know what I mean? And like, there's parts in that game where you go and sit and you do haiku.
Yeah, I've heard there's haikus and stuff like that.
And like, usually for me, I'd be like, fuck this. I'm not doing haikus in the video game. I was like, no, I'm going to think about this haiku. I'm going to have a little look at this haiku and like a piece of my haiku. It was the right game for the right time.
Was one of the haikus, I'm looking down at Wade's basement. Only that's not Wayne's basement. Isn't that Garth. It's a haiku.
Oh, what was it? Have we spoke about Bill and Ted?
No, not yet.
I love that film.
I thought it was really fun. I thought it was just super fun.
I thought it was awesome.
Like,
I mean, like,
I've heard a lot of people saying it was goofy and stupid. I'm like, yeah, but the other two were goofy and stupid.
It's Bill and Ted, dude. Of course it is. I mean, like, what's his name? Oh, God.
Alex Winter, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Like, he's, like, I know he's playing an older him, and he is a lot older now. But, like, Alex Winter smashed that role again.
Like, for some reason, there's, like, an award show going on soon, like, for, movies. And Keanu Reeves got Best Comedic Performance over Alex Winter. And I'm sorry, but don't get me wrong. I think Keanu Reeves is really good in that film. But Alex Winter feels like he's just stepped off the set of Bogus Journey and he's carrying on playing Bill.
Exactly, man. Like,
and, like, for a guy that hasn't acted in... Like, Keanu Reeves, I think the problem with Keanu Reeves is he's acted since then in a lot of stuff. So his acting has kind of evolved into this kind of stoic, kind of quiet type kind of...
It seemed like his, like, vocal cords just, like, frozen or something.
Because if you watch, like, if you watch the first two Bill and Ted's, he's always twitching and his arms are always moving and he's always smiling and stuff like that. And he doesn't really do that in this. And again, yeah, he's meant to be older. But on the other hand, Bill just feels like Bill. And it's like you feel like you're at home back with Alex Winter. And the way that he's... Because I don't think Keanu Reeves is on... he's not on social media. So it's kind of been... It's all on Alex Winter to kind of carry the charge of kind of being the face of this. And he's done such a really good job of, like, promoting it, as well as promoting his other films. Like, he's done another film that came out just before.
Is this the documentary?
So he did a documentary about child actors.
I watched that.
Is it good?
Really good.
And then he's got another one that's coming out very soon about Frank Zappa, which I really can't wait to watch.
Oh, mate, I'll be all
when
over
they
that.
did the Kickstarter, I think one of the perks was you could buy Frank Zappa's house. That was, I don't know whether it was a joke or whatever, but that was one of the perks.
I'd love that house. I can't imagine what it'd be like. I suppose just like a normal house. But...
You know the robot in that film? And his name is Dennis something or other.
Yes.
Do you think, because the girl from the not the Mighty Boosh, Flight of the Conchords, who's kind of Rufus's daughter?
Yes, yeah. Who I actually really liked in this.
She was good. And she goes, oh, my ex-boyfriend was called Dennis. Are you meant to believe that Rufus's wife has kind of somehow put her ex-boyfriend in this robot, and that's why he's got a conscience and he's kind of got human features?
I think it was just to annoy her, wasn't it?
I don't know, man. I reckon there's something more sinister going on there.
There's something more sinister. You think it's actually him? Because
I tell you what, one of the big shames was when they were, like, touting this film before it got made, and they were trying to get funding and stuff. They said, there's a scene where we go back to the very first film, and Bill and Ted encounter young Bill and Ted, and they also encounter Rufus, and they were going to do, like, a CGI Rufus for a few shots and stuff like that, and they were going to recreate the Circle K and stuff like that. But because of budget, they couldn't do that. And it's a massive shame, because I was really hoping for that to happen in the film. I was waiting for it. And the way they changed it in the film was that they get a stopwatch instead, which has a quote on it, which I believe is a George Carlin comedy quote, or like a quote in life.
Yeah, I do remember seeing... I can't remember what the quote is now, but
no, neither can I, but that's what they changed it to. But if you look at the credits, there is credited as a young Bill and Ted in the credits, but you never see them. So whether or not there's a deleted scene with, like, a young Bill and Ted... Because they did like a, you know, like how they do like a Black Friday advert or like an NFL advert or something like that, where they kind of do like fake films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Walmart did one last year or this year where they had like all famous film characters all coming together to buy their shopping at Walmart, and you saw a phone box dropping and young Bill steps out, and it's like a face replaced Bill, and it looked amazing with the adult Bill, and it looked really cool, but. Alas, they never did that. But I thought the film was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, the effects were...
The effects were what?
The effects were cracking.
Yeah, they were good. They were okay.
They were shit, come on.
They were
But that's
shit,
not what I was watching it for anyway.
They had $20 million, and I think it was perfectly...
Death was awesome in it. I love the way they introduced him as well.
Well, it for me, like, it felt a bit lacking for the first hour until death comes into it, and you think, oh, it feels right now. The trio's back together.
I would have loved to have seen Station.
Yeah, I mean, they reference it, but...
Yeah, I don't think they could afford the animatronic stations, though, could they?
The big bogey.
But, yeah, I would love to have seen Station. And I don't know. I just think they did well with this... Like, make it... Because I was so worried about the two girls in it.
They were right.
Lie.
I think the girl who plays, like, the equivalent of Ted...
Yeah.
She was a bit too much like Ted.
Yeah.
But the other one was probably not as much like Bill as you'd hope. But I think they did a good job. And I like the fact that their storyline, basically, they lived Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey because they do the whole going back in time to get the historical figures. And then they end up in hell. So they kind of do their own little condensed versions of the first two films, really, don't they?
They do, don't they? Yeah. No, when you think about it like that. What are the other films I've seen? Because we haven't spoke for so long.
Tell you what I watched. I watched Insidious the other day for Halloween.
I said to you, it's just a shit Darth Maul.
Everyone raved about this film, and I was thinking, I've got to watch this. It's meant to be good. So me and Caroline were flicking through Netflix. I was like, Insidious, everyone says it's really good. Let's give it a watch. And I watched it, and I shit you not, I was laughing the whole way through. It was fucking ridiculous. And the demon that's like possessing or following them, like you said, he looks like he's Darth Maul or that red guy from Mudvayne. He looks like a ladybird.
Yeah, that one you sent me absolutely creased me. What was the Hereditary? That's one I've watched.
No, yeah, that's a good one. And then another film I watched was on Netflix as well. And it's called The Murderer Next Door.
Okay, is that a documentary?
Yeah,
is that an actual?
Honestly, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but man, this is a one fucked up story, and it's all. There's no talking heads or anything like that. There's no interviews. It's all using body cam footage from police officers or interview footage from the actual kind of police interviews. Yeah. Or the spoilers, there's a woman who dies in it. And she's in it throughout the whole documentary, but she was one of these people that constantly documents herself on like Instagram or Facebook. So they had all these videos of her like talking, and they had all of her text messages. So they're constantly like, and her text conversations with friends, they're constantly popping up. So she feels like she's in the documentary, even though she's not.
Right. And okay.
It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary Dear Zachary.
Oh, might have.
That's a really bleak one as well. But it's kind of like that's all using found footage and stuff like that. It's not the same story. Kind of similar in a way, but give it a watch though, man. The Murderer Next Door. It's like 90 minutes long, but you'll be like, fuck.
What is it like? Don't fuck with cats or something
no,
like that?
No, it's worse than that. Put something
worse.
Yeah, put something cheerier on after you watch it.
Care Bears, Murderer Next Door.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched anything yet because, like as I said, I've been in my film.
You've been in your hole, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think I've watched it. So let me have a look at my Letterboxd, and I can tell you what I've watched. Have you got Letterboxd or not?
What's a letterbox? Oh, I'm looking at one there, but
it's this app, and you just kind of log what you've been watching and you review stuff. And
do you know what? I might start doing that because when we come to do this, it'd be a lot easier if I could just remind myself and have a look.
No, I mean, I watched The Invisible Man.
Invisible Man, the
new one.
90s or 2000s?
No, not the Chevy Chase one, Memoirs. No, the new one, which is like by Blumhouse, I think. So it's like...
okay, yeah.
It's really good, man. Watch it. It's really tense.
Invisible Man, okay.
Really good. What else have I watched? Yeah, that's about it, really. I've played a shit ton of Tony Hawk's, though, 1 and 2, the remastered versions.
I really want to get... Can you play them against each other online? I know you don't
can,
do that with skating games. Can you?
You told me something, though. You told me that you never played
Thrasher's better.
No. Do you know what, man? Okay, back in 93, you had...
1,000%.
Back in 93, you had Jurassic Park or Carnosaur. Like, Thrasher is like the Carnosaur to Jurassic Park, or the Turtle Fighters to Ninja Turtles.
What? No.
Yes,
No.
It is. Honestly, mate.
I do like that description, though. That's good. I'll use it, but flip it the other way around. No, with Thrasher, I love the soundtrack. And the other thing was, it was a lot harder. Like, I don't know, it was more of a... Like, do you remember Skate that came after...
Tony
which
Hawk's
is 10
is more
times better than
arcadey.
Tony Hawk.
It was more
Yeah.
about getting combos and stuff like that. It's just a bit more addictive. Whereas, like, you're right. Like, I think in Thrasher and Skate, you actually have to kind of put the board down, roll with it before you can skate and stuff like that. Whereas in Tony Hawk's, you're literally skating straight away and you don't have to kind of...
Which I can completely see the gameplay loop and how... Like, I think... I'm probably saying it because I got it for Christmas one year instead of Tony Hawk. Do you know what I mean? I'm just used to that. But I do prefer like Thrasher just purely because of like when I think about nostalgia, the soundtrack. Although it's not all punk and everything, I got into like some mad music from that. Like who does Rapper's Delight? I'd never even heard Rapper's Delight before. From the is it Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like some of the stuff on like the soundtrack on there opened me up to things I'd never listened to. Whereas if I'd listened to just the Tony Hawk's one, I mean, I was already listening to bloody Green Day and a Grebo rocker.
No, there's hip hop on there. Like they've put.
Is there a bit on there?
Yeah, there's grime on there. You've got Public Enemy with.
Oh, is this the new?
No. So basically, the new version of the game has most of the old tracks on there as well. So you've got Public Enemy, Anthrax, and stuff like that. You've kind of
sick.
You've got like Melancholy. You've got, but they've got some more modern stuff. You've even got some grime on there and stuff like that for like
nice.
British kind of stuff on there. But yeah, I dig it.
Nice man. So what have you got on the horizon now, Ollie? Have you got any? You say you've got this other video you're doing.
Yeah, that's it. Really, that's kind of what I'm.
And you, yeah.
I mean, ideally, I'd like a break and just chill out for a bit, but at the same time, I also need a job. So you kind of.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I thought I'd be locked down again this month, but for some reason, I think the studio's
still open, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's a loophole. Well, I say a loophole. It's not even a loophole. It's saying if you are rehearsing for like a performance, etc., not that you can
a performance that can't happen.
So for a live stream,
right? Yeah.
If if you're rehearsing for live streams, or if you're a professional musician, you can still rehearse, which in turn means we can still be open because it's classified as a place of work.
Got you.
Place of work. Yes. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. We'll start doing these more regularly now as well.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah. I was going to say, have you got any tat to show? You bought any tat?
I have, but it's all right there. Like this is like an episode on its own. So
is this all the stuff you've got from your house? I can see good up man.
So if you look up there, there's like 3 boxes of shit. That's all like, and then there's all my records.
I'm sorry, we're doing an episode of going next week. We'll do an episode where you're going through all those. That'd be great.
Right. Here you go. Here's my, because I've been selling things on eBay with my dad.
Oh yeah.
So I found loads of stuff in the loft. One of which being my goth boots, my new rock.
You
boots.
actually had some of them.
Mate.
How did you skate in those?
Wait there, can I show you on screen? I can, can't I? Wait there. Give me a second, I'll find it.
Do I have to allow you to screen share?
I think you do. My eBay. Because I think they've sold today, so we'll find out what I've got for them as well. So
are these those big clunky ones that like have massive heels and stuff? Or are they kind of...
Mate, the ones I wanted were worse than this.
Were you one of those people who danced to Thomas the Tank Engine under underpasses and stuff?
You'd think so from this, to be honest. Right, let me share the screen if I can. So where are you? Zoom. Share screen. So where is it? Here you go.
Is this your...
Look at the state of those.
Jesus. Look at those heels. What would you wear with those?
Oh, a little dress, mate.
Did you have leather trousers?
Oh, that's not bad. 60 quid. Yeah.
Did you have leather trousers or?
I had patent leather trousers.
Did you like make creasing noises as you walked and stuff like that? Like,
oh mate, I'll tell you some stories one day. But yeah, I had they weren't leather. It's patent, isn't it? You know, when it's like I don't know, looked like a fucking oven ready chicken. It's just like that plastic sheened fake leather.
Did you wear
with,
Did you wear like those fishnet tops with like fingerless?
I may have had one in the Psycho Bitch t-shirt.
Classic. See, like when
And now I'm going completely the opposite. Now I'm trying to make up for it and be like real man.
Like,
this,
to be fair though, I was just as embarrassing. I got fully into the new metal stuff, so I had like massive, huge road jeans with like massive, huge skate shoes, or like.
Did you ever have a pair of those
Adidas
FUBUs?
The what?
The FUBU trousers.
No, what are those?
Is it FUBU? I'm sure it's FUBU, and they were like that.
I had some big. No, I just had big baggy like. I had a pair actually that were that baggy that they dragged on the floor, and I was walking to the bus stop, and I just walked in a load of shit. So I got shit. So I walked home, and I was like, I'm not wearing those again. And I just sold them to my mate at school. I don't think I even washed them.
Where are they? Baggy, not FUBU 90s. Let me just see if I can find some of these.
No, like as soon as I kind of got into the Deftones and stuff, I kind of started wanting to be like Chino Marino, so I started wearing like Ben Davis trousers and stuff, so and like Levi's and stuff.
Ben Davis, I've not heard of those ones.
They're like skate. Well, they're more like like Dickies, how they're like work trousers.
Yeah,
They're like those. They're just tough wearing skate. Like,
see, you didn't have any of them.
no, I didn't have those, man.
Jesus. But yeah, I used to, like, Nat used to have a pair of those, but they used to do the men's ones that were even baggy. They're so big, man. But yeah, how do you stop that? There we go. You're back. See, I'd just like to show you things now. I realise I can share screen.
But like,
what were the other...
I've pretty much dressed exactly the same since 2001 or 2, though, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I got to a point and it didn't change from like a plaid t-shirt, a plaid shirt, a t-shirt, and jeans, and a pair of Vans. I mean, I've gone out on a limb here, and I'm now wearing. This felt like a massive change to me. But slip-ons, like I never used to wear slip-ons.
I like Vans slip-ons or whatever. Yeah, I used to wear those.
And I've just started wearing them because I can't be asked to tie my shoelaces.
Because Vans are like, you can have trainers or whatever that you put on, you can just slip them on. And even though they're like done up, you can still slip them on. Vans, on the other hand, you have to flip it. You can't slip Vans on. They have to be undone and then tied up.
Yeah. It does my tits in. So I'm just like, these slip-ons are amazing. So yeah, if I've got to go and get in the car, just put them on with the dog in my arm. Because I think the main thing is when I'm leaving the house, I've always got like a chihuahua under my arm. So I'm
like
just
a handbag
dog. Like handbag dog. And I'm just like, how do I put these fucking shoes on? But now I've cracked it. This is what the slip-ons are for. Chihuahua, slip-ons, sorted.
I've got some tat. Do you want to see some tat?
I'd love to see some tat.
So this came out last month, so I got to pick this up.
Oh, the Deftones album.
The new Deftones.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
I've listened to it about 10 times now. So, it's fucking incredible.
My favourite tracks on this are Genesis, Ceremony, Urantia, Error, The Spell of Mathematics, Pompeii, This Link is Dead, Radiant City, Headless, and OMS. So, you know.
So that all of them?
That's all.
Did you just list all of them?
Yeah, no,
they're all fantastic.
Like Brandon, who I made the last video with, he was ribbing me because I think through the whole of the animating process, I just listened to that on loop, like non-stop. And all he could see on Spotify was just that. I was just listening to that album non-stop. What else have I got? I picked up, because I got a 4K Blu-ray player, so I picked up the Christopher Nolan box set.
Have you seen his new one?
Tenet? No, not yet, because apparently it's out in December. So
I think you can stream it. Someone's seen Tenet.
No, I'm going to wait till I get it on 4K and watch it on my nice 4K TV.
Okay.
I can't do it any less. Have you seen it?
No, I was going to watch it. I might watch it tonight. Now I've said that.
What else have we got? Okay, I picked up the Watchmen TV series. Apparently, it's meant to be really good.
I really enjoyed it.
So I've got that to watch. What else? Oh, pick this up because you know my other podcast I do with my friend Liam. We're doing the 50s next, and one of the films is The Seventh Seal that we're going to talk about, so I picked up The Seventh Seal.
Is that the one where he plays with death?
Yeah, so it's basically what Death in Bogus Journey is like based on. So I got that.
Is it French, or am I talking shit?
No, I don't think so. It's got, I think it's got Max von Sydow in it, I know that. Anyway,
okay.
I
don't know why I thought it was French.
Days Gone.
You'll enjoy that, man.
Yeah.
The story's a bit meh, but the gameplay's wicked.
It looked like it's trying to be like a Last of Us mixed with like what's that TV show?
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a cross between those kind of things.
Have you seen Marilyn Manson in Sons of Anarchy?
No, but I've seen him in Eastbound and Down.
Is that the one where he's
got blonde hair and he looks like a dweeb in it? Yeah.
So good, but he's a prostitute, isn't he?
Is he a prostitute? I thought he was
I think he's a prostitute. No, there's one that's similar to Eastbound and Down, or it is Eastbound and Down, and he plays like a male prostitute, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. He goes back to some dude's house, and the guy just dances at him, and he said, "I'll send you a link."
The last I ever heard of
good.
Marilyn Manson was that. Do you know who Daniel P. Carter is? He does the radio.
Yeah, the Radio and Rock show.
He was in
He played my band years ago.
Did he? Anyway.
Yeah, he played Beast.
He's got a podcast called Swim Podcast, and it's Someone Who Isn't Me or something like that. And his first episode was Chino. But anyway, he also interviewed Marilyn Manson, and it was just after. Do you remember he fell off the piece of set fell on him, and he?
I've listened to that podcast,
and it's like. I think Daniel P. Carter went to America and interviewed him in his lounge because he couldn't get anywhere else, and and apparently all he was doing was painting and doing drugs in his like, and he was just getting fucked up because he couldn't move anywhere.
To be fair, some of his paintings I really like.
Yeah,
like
he
does
bad.
watercolors.
He's an artist. Good. He's just whether or not you like his stuff or not.
The new album's actually okay, man.
I mean, Antichrist Superstar was a great album, and I really like.
Mechanical
Animals, because that was like he was trying to beat Bowie pretty much, wasn't it? Like his Bowie phase.
The one thing I did find that I didn't realise it was worth so much money when I was clearing out my parents' loft is the Mechanical Animals vinyl. I've got two of them. One of them's blue and one of them's white.
Okay.
I had a look online. I was like, and it's signed.
Really?
Both of them are signed, and just this like. You can't get them anymore, and I think you're talking about £700.
No.
With it, and they're signed as well. So I'm going to wait till he dies, obviously, and then
Oh, do you remember Rose McGowan back then when he was dating her?
Yeah, she got shaved head now.
Yeah,
she was part of the Me Too movement, though, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, I think. What's his name? Harvey Weinstein. I think, like, kind of did over on her basically, and. Yeah, I mean, rightfully so that she, wants nothing to do with all that stuff anymore. So yeah,
it's mad.
What was I going to say about Marilyn Manson? I tell you what, I loved. It wasn't on that album, but I think it came out at the same time. And I think, what's the song called? But the video is by the guys that did Celebrity Deathmatch, and it's like a claymation video, and it's called "Paranormal of the End Times" or something like that.
Oh, Paranormal of the End Times.
Yeah, it's a wicked song.
I don't think I've ever seen that video. That's quite a rocking one, isn't it?
Dude, watch the video. It's by because I think Marilyn Manson was in that show quite a lot. Celebrity Deathmatch.
He was in it a few times because he did it as like the Mechanical Animals Marilyn Manson, where he's got like that fucking big feather boa.
That's what he is in this video.
Okay, wicked, man. Yeah, so they must have used it for.
Yeah, it looks really cool. This is what you give me. This is what you give me. This is what you give me. I've got some more got some more toys.
Oh, nice.
So here's some Casey Jones for you.
Oh, sick, man.
So you got the movie and the cartoon. Apparently, his face sculpt is like Elias Koteas, who's the actor, wouldn't allow for his likeness, but they sculpted it anyway. So apparently, if you can prize this off, his face is under there, but just not painted. So a lot of fans have kind of prized it off and been painting it.
Mental.
What else have I got? Oh yeah, with Casey Jones, you also get this version of Raphael.
Sick.
Where'd they come up with that crap? I've also got the Super 7 Ninja Turtles as well. So these are based on.
I was going to say, have you got those?
So there's the Raphael. They are wicked though.
They're really nice, man.
Wait until you see this one though. This one is dope.
Ah, wicked, man.
Stuntman.
That's ace.
Yeah. And then you also get in that same wave, you got the foot soldier
Nice.
and the dad, Master Splinter.
Hey.
What else have I got? Oh yeah, also the new He-Man figures have come out. So these are called Master of the Universe Origins, and it's basically a kids' toy line to kind of reintroduce Master of the Universe to kind of kids and stuff. And and these are like what? There's going to be like £10-15 in the shop, so kind of quite affordable. But they look wicked, man.
They're awesome.
And the cool thing about them is,
Where did you manage to get those from? Have you ordered those online?
yeah, but they're only £15 each. But so they're all like, you can take their arms off.
Whereas before there'd just be elastic bands flying.
Yeah,
everywhere.
and you can like kind of create your own like He-Man figures.
He-Man Skeletor.
So yeah,
Nuts.
and then you can take their heads off, their feet off. You know, they come apart like, I'm not doing a very good job of it, but like their legs come off and stuff like that.
Oh, awesome, man. And you're saying they're about £15?
Yeah, something like that. And so my friend sent me this today. So shall I unbox it?
Unbox it, mate. Get it unboxed.
Where's my blade? Here it is.
Oh, he's prepared.
Oh yeah.
Is this where we just see blood splash onto the screen
Probably,
now?
yeah.
When you...
So what you doing tonight then? Anything fun?
I'm having hot dogs.
Hot dogs,
Nat's bought some hot dogs, so I think we're going to go to my dad's and have hot dogs.
What kind of hot dogs? Like in a jar or like proper sausage?
No, you're joking, aren't you? You've got a good old British hot dogs, didn't you? Nice British hot dogs. Foot long. Who ordered the foot long? Yeah, I think we're going to have some food around my dad's, watch film, then
Nice.
coming back here, man. Yeah, how about you?
I'm not too sure. Probably watch a film, because like I said, I haven't watched many films, so I'm trying to catch up on some films because there's some really good ones on Netflix. There's the new there's a new Charlie Kaufman film.
Oh yeah.
There's also a documentary. Oh shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh, have you gone through the box?
No. I've just forgotten what the name of the documentary is. Or I was to watch. But yeah. So in this box, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
So I've got some more Master of the Universe Origins figures because I really like them. So this is Scareglow.
Oh, sick. I like that.
And so apparently he glows in the dark.
It's like a Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. So Scareglow was in the original line, like back in the 80s, but he was like one of the very last figures they made. And to save money, he's just like a generic body sculpt of the, because they always use the same like arms and legs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they just made him glow in the dark, and that was his like selling feature. But he's like, the original Scareglow is quite a
rare one.
Rare one to get hold of. This one looks like you today.
Oh yeah, man at arms. Nice. Look at his little tush. So that's the look I'm going for, but I look more like, I don't know, Jake the Snake after the crack.
Did he get into crack?
Jake the Snake?
Did he?
Do you know? Have you never seen Beyond the Mat?
No, I didn't know he was one of my favourites as a kid.
So here's some homework for you, and we'll discuss it because you'll think it's an amazing film. Watch Beyond the Mat. It's on Netflix at the moment.
Okay, all right, I'll check that one out.
Oh, and Peanut Butter Falcon as well.
I've heard that's good.
So good. Trapjaw.
I've heard. You know who's in that? What's his name? Shia LaBeouf.
And his other film, Shia LaBeouf's
Honey
new
Boy.
film about.
I've heard it's really good. It's kind of like one about himself, kind of.
About his father and him.
Yeah.
And it's I watched Peanut Butter Falcon and that back to back, and I was like, I now like Shia LaBeouf because all I thought about him was he's in those shit Transformers films.
Have you seen though? He's in the latest movie from the guy who did Suicide Squad, and he's into like kind of having guys who are all tattooed, kind of like gangsters.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf has tattooed his whole chest just for this film. Google it; it's insane. Hang on, I'm going to bring it up. Yeah, can you see this?
Oliver Jones has started screen. Oh my! Fuck off! Is that real?
So he's had his whole chest tattooed.
What? That can't be real.
No, it's real, man. It's real. It just seems pretty insane to do.
But that's crackers that he's just done that for a role.
Anyway, and then I've got one more. Where the fuck's my screen gone? This is with such a clusterfuck of a podcast.
We're getting back on it, mate.
Right, one
There
more.
you go.
And I got this one a bit of a discount because the package was broke. But I got a Tila.
Tila.
So yeah,
Oh, nice, man.
got some friends and foe for my Skeletor and
He-Man.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I need to. Well, I was going to say we could go to the toy fair soon, but that isn't going to happen.
No,
Doesn't
that's
it
not
happen?
gonna happen.
Is that December usually? They
It's-
usually have one
well,
before
it's-
Christmas, don't they?
I don't know. There's usually one in February, then like April, May, and then like September time. I think there might be one in November. It might be like every quarter or something. But I kind of miss walking around those places and kind of
I kind of miss walking around
Just-
already. No, it's quite nice. Like Nat didn't have much of a lockdown last time because they were open doing takeaways and deliveries.
right.
And this time they're fully shut in, so she's quite happy to be off.
Why have they decided to fully shut this time and not?
Yeah, I think because they realised that because the market becomes so saturated with that many people trying to do the same thing, which is deliver food,
Right.
that there's no
So what? So where is she works? Digbrew.
Dig Brewing.
So were they doing more food? 'Cause the last time I went there, they just did pizza.
So they do they do loads of different types of pizza, but they do like sides and everything, and it's
That's a fucking fellow!
Jesus. Did you hear that? Then?
That's on furlough.
Yeah. Just shit me right up there. But,
Hi, Nat.
He says hello. Hello. But yeah, I think that means that she's come down the stairs. I've got to go to my old man's. But it was so lovely to talk to you, Mum.
So what we're going to talk about next time, I'll try and watch the Jake the Snake Roberts documentary.
I'll tell you what, let's do Jake the Snake. Is it Jake the Snake Roberts? It
I
is,
think
isn't
so,
it?
yeah.
There's 2 documentaries. Watch both of them. One of them's just on him, and one of them's called Beyond the Map,
Okay.
which is fantastic.
We also need to book in with Yvette because she wants to talk about her top 10 Beavis and Butthead episodes. We need to.
Let's do it when we're back on form. So I reckon if this one is the getting back on the saddle,
Yeah,
the next one will be getting on the saddle and then pedaling,
yeah. Okay.
and then the third one will be getting on the saddle and it's motorised.
It's one of them. We've got the little, the stabilising wheels on the end.
Yeah, we'll kick them right off. But yeah, man, it's so lovely to speak to you anyway, dude.
Yeah, man. All right. Take care. So, yeah, don't forget, guys, we are on Instagram. We'll start using it more. We are Tom and Ollie's Big Kids Club. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. So please follow us, like us, subscribe to us. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Yeah, we'll be back on form, we promise. It's just been a while since we've spoken.
It's been a
Talk
while.
shop. But, yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.